Okay, McKenzie, you're muted. See if you can do see if you
Hello.
can talk.
Hey,
we go.
McKenzie, we've got you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you. We'll just let the, if you don't mind, we'll just give it a few minutes to let the community trickle in.
Okay, yeah, of course.
We've got Zash on the call. We've got Doe. Unfortunately, I don't think Majid is going to be able to make it. I think he's been tied up with a couple of other errands that he's currently running.
Okay.
So I think it's just going to be us guys.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so we just give it a couple of more minutes, let the guys trickle in, and then we can get started.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
And then if anyone has any questions, you can open up the call, and then there should be a request to speak button. Just hit that, and then we'll we'll unmute you and bring you in as we go along.
Yeah, agreed. So Zash, just to confirm, we're going to keep it as a private chat just amongst us while McKenzie's here, just for the interim period. And
Sure.
then when McKenzie's obviously given her intro and said hi to the community, then we can open up the chat for everybody to ultimately join in, and we'll move forward from there. Okay, great. Okay, so I'd like to obviously welcome everybody to the Taboo AMA. It's our second one that we've participated in. We'd like to just say, thank you to the community and ultimately what we've achieved to date. I think we've made great progress under the circumstances. We have a lot more coming over the next few days, which I'm sure Doe and Zash and everybody else will agree on. My name's James. I'm running the marketing side of the business of the project, ultimately of Taboo. And fortunately we have McKenzie here joining us in this AMA as our special guest tonight. Obviously, she's one of our exclusive partnered models that was announced earlier in the week. So she's just here to say a few words and just to welcome the community, welcome the Taboo community, and obviously explain a little bit of background about herself and what she's done to date. And then we can open up the chat for some questions.
Sounds good to me. And hi guys, it's Doe here. Now you can finally get to hear my voice on the AMA. I'm doing most of the outreach right now. Also working on a lot of the compliance too, to make sure that we're doing everything by the book and getting everything set up to give you guys the best possible outcome for Taboo, and also to make sure the longevity of this project is absolutely ensured, and just kind of also moderating everything and making sure everything goes smoothly.
Have we lost you, Doe?
Oh no, I'm here.
Okay, great. Okay, and Zash is here. Zash, would you like to give a little bit of an intro, a bit of background about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that. So my name is Zash. Zash, essentially I've been a photographer for 5 to 6 years now. I've worked in the adult industry for the past 3. I've done exclusivity deals with a couple different companies, as well as I've been published 3 times. as well as I've worked with OnlyFans artists. I've worked with people that are on Pornhub. I've done quite a lot in the industry, and I'm going to be helping out with intaking of models and all that good stuff. I've helped out with a lot of coins, a lot of tokens, and Taboo is definitely going to be the one I'm probably most, well, not even probably, I'm definitely most bullish in. And, I have a lot of money invested, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Okay, fantastic. So I'd like to just welcome McKenzie. McKenzie, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, McKenzie. So, the community have been super excited to obviously welcome you on board to the Taboo community. And we've been, excited to see all your pictures that you guys put up and your videos. So could you just give us a little bit of an intro about yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a model. I'm based in Los Angeles. I work with Guess and like some smaller lingerie brands. And I love creating content. I'm really excited to join in on the NFT stuff and create something really cool for you guys. I'm also getting into acting out in LA. I'm in Milan, Italy right now, seeing some agencies.
Lovely.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of great stuff about Taboo, so I'm excited to see where this goes.
Sure. So Mackenzie's going to be playing a big part when the NFT marketplace launches over the foreseeable, next short term. I think the next few weeks, several weeks, is what we have planned here. So Mackenzie's going to play a major part in that with what us as a community and ultimately as a project, what we're actually looking to achieve with that. She's going to play a big part in that. And obviously, Zash, you ultimately know what we're looking to achieve with that. Agreed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Mackenzie, mistake me if I'm wrong, you've got a few exclusive content for the guys, for our community, right, that you're going to share with us in the interim period until the NFT marketplace launches. Agreed?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, great. So we will obviously get that out to you guys, get it out to the community, so you guys can see that. And obviously, that we've partnered with McKenzie, also Chloe, and there's several others coming over the next 7 to 14 days. You'll see a lot of new partnerships that will be announced, and that's one thing that I can guarantee you that will be filtering through very shortly. So Mackenzie, thanks for your time, and thanks for joining the chat. I'm going to open up the chat now to the community to ask the questions that they want to ask. And once again, thank you, and we look forward to working with you moving forward.
Yes, thank you so much.
Great, thank you. Okay, Zash, is it possible to open up the questions to the community now, please?
Yeah. So if anyone has a question, feel free to hit that button on your call, on the call itself that says request to speak. I'll go ahead and unmute you, and then we'll get you in here and get you asking. Looks like we got our first question. OG Foodie, what's up, man?
Hey, thanks. So I know we had a preliminary audit. We're having a second one done. Who's it being done by?
Okay, so yeah, we had the initial audit done, as you know, by TechRate. The next one is going to be done by Certic. This is something that we're moving forward with inevitably over the next couple of days. OG Foodie, this is something that we are, really enthusiastic and motivated on moving forward as soon as we possibly can. Obviously, as I'm sure you'll appreciate, we just have to make sure our ducks are in a row and that we are fundamentally set up as we need to be to obviously get the best possible outcome. But in answer to your question, it's going to be Certic, and we are looking to move forward with them over the next couple of days or so.
Okay, yeah, because I know the TechRate audit that we didn't take the because I checked, because I've gotten coins on CMC before. And the reason CMC is dragging their feet is because the tech rate audit doesn't check all the boxes CMC requires. That's the only reason I'm asking.
No, sure. I mean, obviously, as you're well aware, we're about 14 days old. There are some sort of things that we need to sort of manipulate our end to make things happen and to tick all the right boxes. As you know, lots of things can be a tick boxing exercise. And ultimately, that's what we are looking to achieve. And as I just mentioned, before we actually press that button over the next day or so to get that CERTIC audit process underway, I think you and the community would agree it's in all of our interest to make sure all of those ducks are in a row.
Okay, that's all I had.
Great, thank you.
So a question from the Telegram is, are we looking at getting new models? So we're currently in talks with several different models, as well as I'm reaching out to my connections in the industry, as well as models I've worked out before, and getting them on the project and getting them onboarded. Like I said, I've done photography for the better most of 6 years now, working with some very amazing people. So I'm going to be definitely reaching out constantly and negotiating those deals and getting them onboarded to get some more content for you guys as well. I have a lot of content myself that from just various jobs that I've worked before, and I'm going to release those to you guys exclusively as well.
Yeah, agreed. I totally agree with you, Zash. I mean, we've got a lot in store here over the next several days. I mean, actually, unfortunately, Madge wasn't able to attend the call tonight, but we actually have some announcements to make over the short term, over the next 2-3 days, of some big new partnerships that us at Taboo have actually made. So, hold your horses, it's coming. We're making great progress. As Zash just said, he's got a lot in his pipeline that he's going to be working with. Also, we've got a lot ourselves that we're going to be concluding those deals and making partnerships over the next few days. So that's something that you guys can be certain of.
Next question is, when are we going to be on CMC so I can see the value in my wallet, and how is the logo coming along?
Okay, so with CMC and CoinGecko, it can take anything from a day to 2 months, which I'm sure Doe and Zash will back me up on here. I mean, it ultimately just depends what mood they're in, right?
Correct. Yes. And then additionally, they've been constantly changing their requirements and what they want, and we're currently working with them in order to meet all those requirements and ensure that we're keeping up with their ever-changing process. So we're really pushing for you guys.
And obligations. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I would like to think it should be concluded over the next 7 days. But as Zash just quite clearly mentioned, you never know. Like I said, I would like to think CMC, CoinGecko should be concluded over the next 5 to 7 days. In terms of the logo and the Trust Wallet logo, I think that's just a matter of time. I think it sort of reiterates everything we've said about CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap ultimately.
Right. It'll be done soon. It's not going to be forgotten or anything like that. We've been working really hard on getting it done. They just kind of keep giving us a little bit of a headache right now, but we are doing everything that they ask us to do in order to get on to these sites.
Yeah, exactly right. Agreed. We are doing everything we need to do. We've got all of our ducks in a row. They're happy with everything that we're providing. It's just solely a matter of time.
Absolutely. And guys, feel free to still raise your hand if you want to request to speak, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just drop your question in the voice in the actual chat as well. Yeah,
and obviously, it's like anything, everything is ultimately lined up, and as things start to fall into place, it's almost like a snowball effect. Once one of them starts happening, the second one starts to come to fruition along with the third, fourth, fifth, and it's like a snowball effect. So I'm sure you guys, understand that and appreciate that. It's just ultimately waiting for that first one to actually fall into place.
Absolutely. And I think another thing to mention is our volume has started to pick up. We have been very, very stable, which is great. And tomorrow, when we actually have the Satoshi Club AMA, I really, really think that that's going to also lend a lot of credit to us and bring a lot more new eyes to our project as well. So once we get all of these things done and we continue on the marketing side like we have been, in a few days, they're going to have no choice but to actually list us as far as CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap goes,
No, I completely agree with you, though. Yeah, agreed. I couldn't say it better myself. That's exactly right.
Oh, and my bad. The Satoshi Club AMA is actually on the 12th. And
Yes, that's correct. Yes. So we also have a Satoshi Club AMA that's happening next Saturday, the 12th. That we would obviously love you guys to participate in, and I think that could be great exposure for us. Within different communities. I think this could be great progress for us.
yeah, and that kind of ties into the question that Jaxie now had in the chat, which was, we need more active community members. How do you plan to solve that? And also, we do appreciate all of the help that everyone has given us so far when we ask you to kind of do the Twitter pushes, engage in our Reddit, on all of our other social media. So I guess our plan is to continue that outreach, bringing new people onto the project, like the Satoshi Club AMA. We have a few more AMAs lined up as well, some really big ones, as well as other ad campaigns, different marketing outreach tactics that you guys will definitely see over the next few days. But we definitely have something for every single day planned out this coming week that's going to be big and bring some more people into the chat and also to the project as well.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, something that Majid and I, have been speaking about quite often. Majid and I are on the phone several hours a day, and it's trying to take things in a different approach and trying to do things strategically different to what you would expect. So we're trying to lay the foundations, and I think we've done a good job so far. I mean, we're only 14 days old. I think we've done great so far. We've laid the foundations, and now it's just about ultimately taking it to that next step and showing you guys that actually, there are different ways of doing this. It's not, we are here not for the short term, but actually for the long term. We know we are onto something here. We have a fantastic project that actually is tangible. We have something in terms of the NFT marketplace. We have something in terms of taking this, way beyond the $100 million market cap, which is ultimately what we're looking to achieve. So it's just about getting those foundations set, getting those ducks in a row, and then nipping them in the bud as and when we feel the time is right moving forward, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And I think, it's hard for everyone to kind of see this big picture idea and the end result that we know that we are absolutely going to be able to achieve. But I promise, as soon as this marketplace is launched, you guys will understand and not even question the capability of this project and what we are ultimately aiming for. Because really the end goal is to give you guys this absolute top tier exclusive NFT marketplace that is being created right now. And that is why I guess you guys don't see necessarily as much as of the progress that we are making, but we are taking our time and we are doing everything we can to lay the framework for this perfect marketplace to be launched and released for you guys to make this project, go to that $500 billion market cap.
Yeah.
And that
completely agree.
Kind of ties into someone had a question in the chat, which was, what was the price target that we have in the next couple of months? And I think ultimately you'll be able to see what we don't have a specific price in mind, but we do have a market cap in mind, and that's going to, kind of completely align when we do release the marketplace.
Yeah, completely agree. And one thing I would say to the community, is not to look at where we are today or where we are in a week's time or even a month's time for that matter. Is envisage what ultimately you are looking to achieve out of investing in this project. And one thing that I can assure you of is the team here will not let you down.
Absolutely.
That is one thing, rest assured, we will not let you down. We know as a team what we are looking to achieve. And trust me, our interests are aligned with yours. And the plans, the ambitions, what we are actually looking to do in this marketplace would ultimately blow your mind. And rest assured, we will make that happen sooner rather than later. And I'm pretty sure that's something that Zash, though, unfortunately, Majid isn't able to attend the call today. But that is something the whole team will agree on.
And that always goes back to the thing that we don't want to overpromise and underdeliver to any of you. So we always want to err on the side of, underpromising and over-delivering. So I think we've been consistently proving to everybody that we are delivering on our targets, our goals that we have. And every single time we kind of drop more and more bigger news and, more. I just wish you guys could actually see that end goal that we have and that we are getting very close to achieving for you.
Yeah, and ultimately, obviously, we have to be relatively careful with things that we talk about because until deals are actually concluded, it doesn't mean anything. But as Doe quite rightly said, in terms of exchanges, I mean, imminently over the next few days, we're going to put out a poll for you guys to actually decide exactly what exchange that you want us to first go for. I mean, the community to us is ultimately the most important thing. So, we're going to put things out there for you guys to decide exactly where you would like to see this project, over the next 2, 4, 8 weeks. And this is something we have in the pipeline that will be, put out there imminently, along with lots more things that are coming out over the next week, such as the white paper. I think should be with us over the next 2-3 days, if I'm mistaken. Doe, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Good. So, the white paper over the next 2-3 days, we're going to announce significantly more partnerships with supermodels. That will be over the next, 3 to 4 working days. But it just takes time, these things. And what we've really focused on as a team, like I said, is laying these foundations, is making sure that we're set up in the appropriate way to ultimately be able to achieve what we are looking to achieve. And that's something that a lot of people can't do, but it's something that we will do.
And I want to kind of jump onto that and make another point, which is someone in the chat had asked how we are planning to kind of attack this global market. And they mentioned China, USA, and India specifically. And that also ties into the exchanges. And that's why we want to make a poll as well, because we do know that we want to attack some kind of global exchanges like Huobi, and also US-based or North American-based, something that makes sure that everyone can access trading for Taboo Token as easily as possible and legally as well. And we are also running different marketing campaigns that do target different, kind of countries specifically to make sure that we are engaging all of these markets and consumers to keep the hype alive, really, and show them that we are creating this for them. And then another question I saw in the chat was, how can we differentiate from the competition? Yes, we do see that there are many, many other adult NFT projects coming up every single day. And our team has so much experience together and also from different projects. And we take all of those attributes and we kind of have created this superstar team that's getting things done. I mean, every single hour, something else, some other target is achieved, some goal is completely unlocked, and we are just moving forward so quickly. I wish we could show you every single thing we're doing behind the scenes, but I promise you that it's happening. And we also have the budget to do this. That is something we're definitely not lacking right now. And we know the importance of, spend outwardly to get whatever we need done, and get the right content, get the right contacts, get the right models, to make sure we provide the most exclusive project for you guys, the most exclusive content, really the hottest models that we can find. I mean, just look at McKenzie, right? She's incredible. But we are working super hard on this to make sure that it is exclusive and different from every single other person and other project. And I can also kind of expand on the NFT marketplace.
Dude, can I just mention, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, just about, about what differentiates us from the competitors in this particular space. I mean, for me, something that is an absolute fundamental is the team. Yeah. We can all go around talking about, this project, that project, it's the same project as yours. They have the same concept as yours, this, that, and all the other. But that's great talking about it. But it's actually taking action. Now, one thing I think our community and our team will agree on is that we have taken action. We're 14 days old. As you just mentioned, though, in terms of budget, the budget, of course, it's relevant. It's relevant in any business. But in terms of Taboo, it's a lot less insignificant to our competitors, put it that way. And one thing, rest assured, is that what I can guarantee to you guys, you will not find a team more devoted, more committed, with a bigger budget than actually what we have to make this happen anywhere.
Absolutely.
And that is not even up for debate. And that is one thing that I can guarantee to you guys, as obviously the chief marketing officer within this business. Unfortunately, we aren't able to have Majid, the chief operating officer, with us here right now. He was supposed to be, but unfortunately, personal circumstances took over. But this is something he would back me up on. And one thing that will be happening when I speak with Majid relatively soon, when he's dealt with the problems he needs to deal with, we will do another AMA, so you can also hear his point of view from this, is that we will not let you down.
Definitely. And then if I could, another thing that really differentiates us is we have, experts in the industry already, or people that have been, heavily involved. So while all those other, I would say, our competitors are continuously trying to get into the space and the industry, and, they're pulling at strings trying to hope that they get in, we already have our foot in the door, and we're already in talks, and we're already there. So it lets us streamline the process. It lets us definitely get more out to our community and help you guys. Sorry. My dog just tried to attack me. Anyway, no, definitely. So like I said, it helps us streamline the process. It also helps us build connections and relationships with a lot of these artists and influencers and branding companies as well. So
exactly.
Definitely a bright
and I mean,
future.
Zash, as you mentioned, just to go along with that, I don't want to bore you guys, but in terms of community engagement, we're going to run daily chill hours, competitions, many more giveaways. that create that community engagement, you know. And in terms of trying to get the Telegram, the Twitter, and everything else that comes with it more hype, you know, we've got so many plans that are in store. But one thing that's super important is just to understand that we are still super young, you know, and the priority for us is to grow the social media presence. You know, so anything the community can do for us, whether that, I know you guys might laugh and think, you know, we're asking you to vote on Blockfolio, or we're asking you to do this. We don't want to ask you to do this. We don't like to ask you to do this. I get it. I understand it from your point of view, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I get it. I understand that you think, well, I'm investing in this project. That's their job. I get that. I completely agree with you. But when it actually comes to something like this, ultimately, we are all in it together. And that's something that the community, I'm doing my best. Maggie's doing his best. Doe's doing her best. Zash is doing his best. But, you know, the community can play such a big part. And if that gives your investment a major return, then surely just for 5 to 10 seconds of your time, it's an absolute no-brainer as far as investments are concerned.
Absolutely. And we also have like some more opportunities for growing our community engagement as well. We have some deals lined up when we have some other content creators. We're going to be running social media campaigns as well from their stance. So just imagine these models running their own campaigns for Taboo on their socials and kind of getting involved with the community as well. So it's going to really come all the way around and tie into that very nicely. I mean, what would be even better than seeing a beautiful, beautiful model, you know, talking about Taboo and getting the community hyped up as well. And that's what really we're aiming for, is to get more engagement through that way. And building up our other socials too, like Instagram and even our Reddit community. But like James said, we do need some engagement. The things that basically we ask you guys to do is something that we can't pay for, you know, like upvoting on Blockfolio and commenting, you know, those things have to be organic. And, you know, I can respect that. But we do need help when we ask for it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, somebody just said a question, love the speech and the project, but how can you explain that it's hard for us to reach the 10 million market cap? I'm not sure what you mean. As far as I'm concerned, it's not hard for us to reach a 10 million market cap. Mistake me if I'm wrong. I think we've already reached it, no?
I believe our all-time high was like just at 8 million, I believe.
Okay, well, obviously with the market, it doesn't ultimately help. BNB is very unstable at the moment. I think all altcoins are ultimately struggling at the moment. I actually think we've held up relatively strong in the scheme of things and ultimately in the marketplace. I mean, we're 14 days old. I don't really know what more for a long-term project you could expect. I mean, you know, like I said, we're not here for the short term. We're not just this pump and dump meme token that's here for a quick, you know, flash in the pan. We are here for the long term. We have big ambitions. As I mentioned to you guys before, we are looking to we will achieve the $100 million market cap. That's inevitable. It's just a matter of time. So no, in answer to your question, no, it's not hard for us to reach the $10 million market cap.
Yeah, and we are very early. That's the one thing to just remember. We're early. We're stable too, which is extremely important. Most projects die, I mean, after 3 days. So we're stable. We're growing. Our community is growing. Everything is happening. Probably just not as fast as everyone would like, but it's happening.
No, agree. Is it possible, Zash, Doe, to open up the chat for any questions? Within the actual voice chat, please.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'd like to open up some questions to the people that have actually taken the time to join us this evening.
Yeah. Hi, guys. I wanted to speak on the last point that just got brought up about reaching 10 million market cap. And I know that that's coming from looking at the competitors in our space. And one thing I want to say that's different about Taboo that those other projects do is that their price action is essentially rigged. Like, this is probably the most organic project in this sector. And I don't want to really talk about other tokens that aren't in this space, but just for the sake of the chart, I will say that the whitelisting, the pre-sales, the airdrop, all of that was done through organic engagement, and those other teams really have a huge friends and family base, and for the most part, the investors aren't the winners in those cases. You can go look at the sentiment in the chats, and you can see people are asking why. And if you look at the place that people are able to get into Taboo, they've actually been able to be more profitable at peak than most people who hop into those other projects. So I just wanted to put that out there.
No, look, and do you know what? It says it all. Look at our community. It's, people like, yourself, oops, I just got rich. I mean, that says it all, right? And you just absolutely hit the nail on the head. And I thank you for that. It says it all about the whole community, what we're ultimately looking to achieve. We're organic. We're here for the long term. We're here to work hard. We're here to actually, make it work as a team and put the time, the work, the ethic, the hard work, and drive this thing forward with our beliefs and what we know will make this inevitably a successful project.
Definitely. And then I went ahead and unmuted the call, so anyone who has a question or wants to just speak about the project a little bit, feel free. I know that we're constantly pushing, and I'm very, very hopeful for the future. Well, not even hopeful. It's assured.
I would
So
like to add to that it's really nice to hear such a positive attitude coming from James and members of the team, because I've been involved in many AMAs, and to be fair, it's nice to hear someone that's got such a positive mental attitude about a new business that's moving forward. And I must say, you guys are very professional. For what I've seen so far, it's very impressive in such a short space of time what's been achieved. It's nice to see that you've got some nice videos are being set up and you've taken on some decent people that are worth their salt. So I just want to say well done, guys. I'm pleased I'm involved in the project.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to touch on, there were some questions actually put into the chat earlier before we even started that I think are super important. They were, what's the fundamental value proposition of Taboo to the crypto markets? Which we did already answer, but what is the impact of Taboo on the community economic proliferation, or is it just only for the not safe for work community? And that's a very, very interesting point. And what we are doing as we grow our brand and as we grow Taboo is when James talks about focusing on the exclusivity of Taboo and what our NFT marketplace is going to look like, that doesn't just mean not safe for work. We really focus on just like bringing sexy NFTs. That doesn't have to be nude or anything like that. It can just be suggestive, but we do want to incorporate, like McKenzie, real actual supermodels, and we can have them become brand ambassadors. All of this, it really incorporates everything into it. So it doesn't just have to be not safe for work. And also when we do have the marketplace, content creators, just like on OnlyFans, they don't necessarily have to be doing any kind of nude or suggestive things like that. We have people coming from all over. So we do plan to bring content creators from every single area on board and create something bigger than just, a porn site, something like that, and focus again on the exclusivity of that. We want it to
No,
be.
and sure. I mean, this is something with the deployment of the NFT marketplace. So this is something that Majid and I, are speaking about. I would, realistically, 3 to 4 hours a day to try and absolutely perfect this. And it's not about just pinpointing it to one area. You know, we want to be the pinnacle of the NFT marketplace for the adult industry. We don't just want to focus solely on whether it be porn, soft porn, hub on this and that and all the other. We want to be the pinnacle, and this is something we're working on. And this is why we can't, you know, conclusively say to you guys, this is what we're doing, this is how it's going to be, and it will be here on this date. But one thing I do know is we are starting to work on the deployment of the NFT marketplace. It's starting to be built. And as we go along, just like our project, if we need to make amendments to ultimately make that better for you, then rest assured that's what we're going to do. Whether you like it or not, if that's something that we feel overall is better for our community to make an amendment, to make change, then we're going to do that. Right?
Absolutely. And that's kind of what we've already shown too when we did the first kind of revision of the tokenomics. When we changed it to solve a problem, you know, and that is why I think we've also built enough trust within the community for them to understand why it hasn't been renounced and what we are doing and how that can be a benefit to everyone involved.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, and just like, you know, Doe just said, going back to the tokenomics, you haven't renounced yet. Yeah, this is exactly a fundamental reason of why that hasn't taken place. Our ultimate goal is to look out for the community and to take this project where we want to take it, which is how I would like to feel our community envisage us over the next 4 to 8 weeks. So, you know, I will leave that there for you guys to determine. But rest assured, we will make that happen. And that's one thing I can guarantee to you.
Absolutely. And I kind of want to give a little bit more information about our marketplace and kind of what is going to be in store for you guys. I know you hear us talking about these exclusive NFTs and, you know, premium holders and all of that. And like, what exactly does that mean? But kind of a little insight on that would be eventually when this marketplace is released to you all, we are going to have like different tiered features. And this is going to be one of the biggest benefits of actually holding your Taboo, because different tiers will be able to unlock more exclusive content, depending on how much Taboo you actually do hold. And this is, I mean, just one of the many, you know, kind of huge things that we have in store for this marketplace. But we do promise that, you know, when we ask you to just be patient with us and kind of have faith in the project and in Taboo, we are going to deliver and we are going to make this exclusive for you guys. And there will be absolute benefits to being a holder and being a long-term community member with us.
Exactly, agree. Have we got any more questions from the participants that are with us this evening?
Yeah, I'd just like to add one little thing, James. I think something you brought up earlier, which is well worth emphasising on, is that we are a team. I mean, the community, we talk about you guys as the team, obviously running the project and what's going on, but then the community, again, is the other half of the team. And it's down to us guys, you know, to come up with the ideas and pass them on to you. And it's also nice that we all support each other. So I just wanted to get it across. It's a nice thought that, you know, we must work as one team together. I mean, we are all the team, not just you guys. That's just my personal thoughts.
Absolutely. And you know, that is, you know, one of the best points that's been brought up today, really. So thank you so much. We are so open to any kind of feedback and questions or suggestions that you guys may have. I love it when you guys message me and give me different ideas. And we are so open to that because ultimately, if you guys are not happy with the outcome of this project, you know, none of us are going to be successful. We could create the best NFT marketplace, but if you guys aren't happy with it or the community isn't happy, then ultimately we will fail. So it's the integration and cooperation and working together. And we really hope that we've shown that we are so open to feedback and working as a team with everybody involved. And so thank you for bringing up that point.
No, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you know, it takes me back to what I said before. You know, all of our interests I feel they're aligned. We're all in this for the same thing, right? I mean, like I mentioned before, just envisage yourself. What actually are you looking to achieve out of this investment? I personally feel we are all in the same boat. You know, you guys, you're all investing in this for financial freedom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and I've invested so much of my own money in this as well. So
it's
not like
ultimately for financial freedom. Let's not try and beat around the bush and debate it's for anything else. It's for financial freedom, and ultimately security. And that is one thing, rest assured, with where we stand today, I can fulfill that obligation for you. But I cannot do it in 14 days. In fact, let's actually talk a bit of sense. I mean, from when we incorporated 14 days ago, I think I haven't looked at the chart for days, in fact, but I think we're already probably at 15, 20 times. I don't know. But that's not what we're looking to achieve. We are here for the long term. We are not just like I mentioned before, we're not just a quick flash in the pan, here today, gone tomorrow. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. 100 times at launch and now we're gone. No, that's not for us. We have something here that's sustainable. We have something here that the fundamentals and the foundations, they're there. We've done the hard work. Now it's about laying upon those foundations. Now it's about really building on those foundations and making it happen. We have a great project. We have a great forecast. But most importantly, we have an even better team. And that is one thing you cannot find. And that is one thing we have here right in front of us that you will not get anywhere else.
Well, there's also to add to that, James, is the fact that the product and what you're actually involved in was here before we were all born, and it will be here when we're all gone. So it's a lifelong product that everybody's going to be involved in till the cows come home. So basically,
I don't know who is this. Is it John I'm speaking to now?
Yes, you are. Yeah,
John. You know, like they say, I think sex sells, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I think it's probably the oldest thing that basically started off with sex, taxes, and rock and roll, isn't it? But I know for a fact it was definitely here before we got here, guys, and that's everybody who's listening. And it'll all be here when we're all gone. So we're definitely in a lifelong recession-proof product. So I don't think we can go wrong if we play our right here. That's my personal.
Yeah,
I think we should make John part of the team. Actually,
I love it. And if anyone has any questions and you don't feel comfortable saying them in voice, please put them in the chat as well.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay.
Okay, I think we've been going for a considerable amount of time now. Do we have any more questions from the participants in the live chat, or any questions from the participants in the actual voice AMA?
Yeah, we're never selling. Fuck Elon.
No, I couldn't agree with you more.
And I just wanted to also just give a quick update. So the white paper will be out in 2 days. I just want to let you guys know. I want to thank you guys for being so patient with that. But again, like, we definitely wanted to take the time when writing a white paper, that is a huge commitment, overall. And it is the entire vision and goals of our project. So we wanted to make sure that we had the time to iron out all of those fine details for you guys. And we have done that. So we are putting the finishing touches on that now. And that will be released within 2 days. I just want to give you guys the heads up and thank you for being patient when it comes to that.
No, agreed. We've had one more question just come in, just to quickly round off this particular AMA. Also, guys, don't forget we have another AMA next Saturday. Well, this Saturday with the Satoshi Club. It'd be great to have some of you guys participate. One more question: when are the current models going to announce their deal with Taboo? And how many more models shall we expect this week? Well, I'd like to think the current models have already announced their deal with Taboo, no? With their personal videos to the community, with ultimately their commitment to the partnership and to our project. And in terms of how many more models should we expect this week, you know, as Majid always says, you know, we don't want to over promise and under deliver, so let's go for 2. How does that sound? 2, because then I know for sure I'm not going to over promise and under deliver. I mean, I think that's fair, right?
Yes, I think so.
Great. Okay. And when will they post on their own socials? Okay, yeah, it depends what socials you're talking about. Obviously, some of them have some quite close to home personal contacts of theirs on some of their socials, such as close relatives, family members, on some of their Instagrams, etc. But they are willing to get involved with the social media marketing place. I think, I'm sure you'll agree, it does take time to build that relationship. It didn't help in the initial instance of some of our members, you know, trying to connect with these particular models before they had even been announced, just from pictures, asking them this, that, and all the other, which I'm sure you guys will appreciate. But I mean, like, you know, like I say, give it time. I know that we have some partnerships, some supermodel partnerships that are more than willing to announce their partnership with Taboo, but we're still early. We're still on, you know, only 2 actually conclusive partnerships of supermodels. We have a lot more coming this week in terms of the supermodel world, a significant amount, and in terms of just the model world, even more. But these things, they do take time, and ultimately, they, you know, it does take trust. So please bear with us. We will be there. We will get there. And we have some big announcements coming this week with some, I would like to say, though, you'll probably tell me off in a minute for saying this, but for some big names, for some high profile names that will be coming in over the next 5 days. That's one thing I can assure you of. And that's one thing I will make happen.
And God bless James and our marketing team for, you know, having very deep pockets for this one. But yes, he is going to deliver. We have some big names coming, I promise. You guys will be very pleased. Very pleased.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure to speak with you. I'm super sorry that Maggie couldn't be with us. He will be with us. I'm going to speak to him imminently and say, you know, but he did have his own problems to sort out, so I do understand. But we will be arranging another AMA very, very, very soon, where Majid will be attending, and he can go into the more, you know, in-depth stuff that potentially you guys would like to hear.
Absolutely. And thank you guys so much for constantly, you know, just engaging with us and helping us out. We really wouldn't have made it nearly this far without all of your support. And still, we're so open to all feedback, questions, comments. You know, thank you for helping us grow and get to this point so far and come in this morning.
No, great. Thank you, Do. Thank you, Zash. And ultimately, thank you to the community. And rest assured, I will not let you down. Okay? Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.